We're back.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, it's been a while.
It has,
Guys,
right?
it has.
Yeah.
The last video, I mean, it's even been a while since the last video I put up. And I said, oh, we'll have some videos up soon. Here you are, folks.
Well, you lied.
Another video. Yeah, you know, it's been, I don't know. It's tough. You know, people have lives and are doing other things, and it's tough to try to get everybody together. And I have been asked, well, why don't you just do them alone? You know, well,
Yeah.
I really like bouncing off of somebody. I find it more fun for me. It's more enjoyable.
Yeah.
You know,
It's hard to stretch an hour by yourself.
and I like to hear other people's thoughts. and
Unless you're doing a
opinions.
live, because then people can talk to you. But
Yeah,
yeah. Well, anyway, we're here,
but we're here. Casey is back
and I'm glad I'm back on track.
after his long trip to Guadalajara.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And yeah, so welcome to another episode of A Crep from the 80s. There's a lot going on in our lives and things are heating up. This is the month of months.
It is.
I am actively stressed out every day. Because we're going to be shooting Wellsville Nights
Yeah.
at the end of this month, and there's still stuff to do, but I'm already in that anticipation stage of like being like stressed and oh wow, it's something new, it's a new production, and so we got that going, and luckily there's been lots of entertainment to distract me.
It's a lot lately.
Yeah, you know, and we'll talk a little bit about that. I want to talk a little bit about some of the stuff that I've been watching.
Okay.
And then we'll go, you know, we'll do that deep dive into
ST.
why we're here.
Yeah.
Stranger Things season 4. You knew I was going to talk about it. And now that it's all over,
Yeah.
I really wanted to talk about it a month ago. After the first half, after volume 1.
But this is good because it was just a couple days ago.
Yeah,
So this is new.
yeah.
Whole thing.
It's Freusch.
Yeah.
I've already watched. So I watched like volume 1 like 3 times since it's been on.
Yeah.
And I've watched volume 2 twice now.
Okay.
And actually, I watched volume 2 the second time right after, as it should be.
Volume 1,
7, 8, 9. You know what I mean? I did it all
yeah.
as it should be,
Yes.
and that does play better.
I was just
We'll
telling
get
my
into
wife
that.
I wanted to do that.
Yeah, we will get into that.
Yeah.
But I do want to talk a little bit about, you know, the entertainment that has been happening this summer,
Mm-hmm.
television, movie-wise. And I guess movie-wise, there hasn't really been too much out there.
No.
Um,
I mean, we have Thor this weekend at the time of this recording,
yeah, Thor's coming out, and I'm looking forward to that.
but we went and saw. Oh, I was gonna say we saw The Thing, but that was The Thing. That was like the last thing I saw in the theater.
Yeah, I didn't even talk to you about that because we just left. You know, we
Yeah.
didn't really talk about it. It was actually a pretty bad presentation of it.
I mean, I saw people flipping out about it online
Oh,
that they got shafted.
okay. Well, like when I was watching, it, I kept like telling Katie, I was like, "This is not how the movie looks."
Yeah.
You know, and I was like,
Yep.
"Why didn't they show it in 235?"
That's what
Like-
people were.
But I also
flipping out about.
noticed that it was like soft.
Yep.
The picture was soft, and
Yep.
I was just like, man, I'm glad I have this in 4K. You know, like,
So the first day, we saw it on Father's Day. That was shit. And then they apologized. And so the second day, on the 22nd, they put it out the right way, I guess. Because people complained. But they didn't give us our money back. So,
yeah. I'm just glad I have it.
Yeah.
It kind of turns me off on Fathom events, you know.
That was my first Fathom event, and I was.
Well, I was
kinda
gonna go
like,
to Poltergeist,
Oh yeah.
and I was gonna go to E.T.
Mm.
But E.T. is being shown in IMAX, so I don't know. I don't know if it's a different, you know, company that's dealing with that release for IMAX, or if it is Fathom. I don't know. I'm definitely not doing Poltergeist now because I feel like it'll just be a fuck up, and it's coming out in 4K in September.
Well,
So I'm just gonna get.
it's also very lame for us living in Rochester that they could probably just go take the thing from Kodak and play it in 35 millimeter. But I mean, because
Yeah.
really we have everything pretty much, all movies, and we have seen plenty of great 35 millimeter screenings here in Rochester. But yeah, it was weird. I don't know why they did it like that.
Yeah. And I have ET in 4K, and that's how you saw it here. So
It was beautiful.
yeah, it's like,
I now
I
enjoy
don't need
that
to go.
movie. Yeah.
I mean, I did see Jurassic Park Dominion, and I thought it was just dumb fun. You know, I mean, honestly, I feel like they just aren't good past the first movie. They just aren't. And I think that, unfortunately, the allure of dinosaurs is over. Like, on the big screen, you know what I mean? Like, and while that's like the biggest reason I wanted to go, they didn't really do much that we haven't seen. I mean, what do you do? Unless they're going to go real science fiction, goofy,
That's
fancy,
what
crazy.
you do. You,
Well, that,
you strap
but
some
not
guns
Jurassic
on
Park.
there.
I
No,
guess.
they're not.
It's something else.
It's gonna be, some other thing that
But
we write.
as Jurassic Park, it's just like, you know, I have no problem never seeing another Jurassic Park movie ever again. You know, and just watch the first one. That's
You mean like if a new Jurassic comes out, which it will, I would imagine.
I don't know if I give a shit.
Yeah. Well, I haven't really liked these new ones anyway.
I know.
And Jurassic Park is one of my all-time favorite movies
Well,
ever.
The first movie is a
Yeah.
classic.
But I mean, like,
Everything after that for me has not worked.
it's hard because the bar for Jurassic Park is so incredibly high that, they've never been able to recapture it. It's not Alien to Aliens,
Yeah.
which, you could fight about, or Back to the Future to Back to the Future 2. What's better?
Dominion was fun. That's it.
Yeah.
It was,
I'll watch it when it
I completely
comes.
forgot about it afterwards. I mean, it's the script is deplorable.
I'm sure it is.
It's really dumb.
But it also has made a ton of money, right?
Yeah, it's made like close to $900 million or
Yeah.
something like that. Of course.
No, Maverick.
I
Shocking.
I'm not gonna. I have no interest. In
I
it
know.
whatsoever.
I'll see that.
I don't know. I guess I haven't really been going to the movies because there just hasn't been anything
There hasn't been any.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like the last movie that I absolutely loved was Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And that's coming out on my birthday on 4K.
There you go.
I mean, I know it's out on
It's on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus, but
Yeah.
I want the physical disc. Yeah, so we'll see with Thor. I'm excited about it. We'll see. We'll see.
Cautiously optimistic.
I know it's going to be dumb. Like comedy wise, I hear it's
Full comedy again?
yeah, it's
Great.
yeah. So we'll see. But I like Taika. I like his stupidity.
I do too. I just wish it wasn't Thor.
Yeah.
I wish it was Ant-Man or Hawkeye or
Oh, maybe not Hawkeye.
maybe
but
not Hawkeye.
Ant-Man for sure. I
Ant-Man.
could see.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I like my Thor more fantastical Thor.
More
Shakespearean Thor.
yes, more Walt Simonson Thor,
Um,
who was just at that Heroes Con.
Viking Thor.
Yes.
You know.
But, I just want to see
We'll see.
fun action and, Marvel and
I'm sure it'll look beautiful.
I'm sure it will. We'll see.
I
But
haven't
it's
watched
on-
anything past the first trailer, so
Yeah, it's
I don't
on
know.
Disney. Yeah, I don't know. I saw
Uh,
like snippets of Christian Bale.
I guess I saw like a little bit of that, but again, I've just sort of kept my.
Yeah.
In all honesty, actually, when it comes to trailers, I really just haven't been watching any trailers at all. I just don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, if it's a movie that I want to see, I'm gonna go see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at that point, I think, in my life and my geekdom where I'm just like, whatever. It's a movie that's on my list.
If you
I'm gonna
never
go
showed
see it.
me a superhero movie, I would be fine. Like a trailer
Well,
or
yeah,
Star Wars,
because
or
I know I'm
anything,
gonna go see it.
Because yeah, exactly. I'm going to see this thing.
So,
Yeah.
TV wise, I've been all over the place.
You have for sure.
Yeah. I know you're catching up and you're doing what you can because you've got to deal with a lot of different things in your life.
Struggles.
Women. Those
Yeah,
two,
well,
those two women in
And that
your
dog.
life. Bah. What that dog got to do with me? But so The Boys has been really great.
I've heard it's the best season.
I think it's good. I actually think it's very consistent with the other two.
That's all I can ask for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Good.
better. It's
Yeah.
definitely not worse.
Yeah.
But I think it's just like,
It's just good.
yeah, I think it's just if you were reading a comic and it just kept turning the page.
Yeah.
It's just consistently good, and it's great writing, great performances. The hero-gasm, I think for me personally, everyone makes a big deal about the hero-gasm episode, but for me, like stuff like that
It's
doesn't
another LBP movie.
Yes, quite honestly, yes. Like it doesn't shock me. I
Yeah.
don't like, I don't laugh or anything like that because, like, man, I've seen some shit and I've done some shit with making movies, and I've seen a lot of crazy fucking movies, and like that stuff just doesn't,
phase you.
yeah, it doesn't faze me. I'm
Yeah.
very desensitized to it.
Yeah.
So that part of it, I honestly just didn't give a shit about. I was like, okay, whatever. Let's move this story along. What's happening. I didn't hate it, but I was just like, that's the big deal. Like, pff, check out the 4 Filthy McNasty movies. You know what I mean?
I haven't watched any of this season yet, but I know what it is.
Yeah,
There's been some little leakages.
dumb stuff, but I don't
Have
know.
you watched
I just think
Umbrella
the characters.
Academy?
Yeah, so I did finish Umbrella Academy season 3, and I think it's pretty bad.
Really?
Yeah, like
Great.
it is the worst of the 3 so far.
No one has been talking about it, so I took that as a bad sign. That nobody has said anything online, like no little memes, nothing. So
yeah, they're.
that's too bad.
I think.
I'll put it lower on my list.
I mean, for me, I feel like the pandemic really saddled it.
Really?
Yeah, it's very condensed.
Okay.
You can tell that, like,
They
didn't-
shot in a
they
bubble.
couldn't really. Yes, they couldn't really do a lot. They couldn't go anywhere. So it is very condensed. I think some of the writing is kind of blah as well. Like it just, for me, the quality has dipped.
That's a shame. Because I love that second season.
The second season is
I
fantastic.
thought it was so good.
Klaus is still funny.
Yeah.
And he might even be a little funnier in this season, but
Okay.
like, there's just so much stuff going on and not enough explaining of what's going on. And then by the end of it, you're once again like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And they're getting another season, so it's like, okay, well, I have to wait a couple of years now for you to explain what the fuck this third season was all about. I don't know. It just I was kind of let down.
Yeah.
I felt really like bummed. I was like, well, all right.
I'm not gonna watch it. I mean,
Don't you watch
I'll watch it, but I'm not gonna watch it anytime soon.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, this was poor.
Still family ties.
No, no, it's not. And then you know, so I don't know. I guess Star Wars.
I didn't finish it.
Oh, really?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I chose Stranger Things over. I go, I hate to say this. I go, but I really want to know what happens in Stranger Things, and I really don't care as much about Obi-Wan.
Well, you know where it goes.
I mean, it goes
You know where it
episode
goes.
4. Yeah,
Yeah, you know
Like,
where it goes.
that's what I mean. Like, so
there's no two ways around.
I will watch it. Of course, I'm a Star Wars fan forever, but I just, we're gonna talk about Stranger Things. So.
Yeah. So Obi-Wan, I did not like. I didn't like it. I think the last few years I've definitely been coming to terms with who I am as a Star Wars fan.
It's gross.
Because and I also am a Star Wars fan who totally realizes that there's enough Star Wars for everybody, and everyone can like what they like from Star Wars. Ultimately it doesn't matter what I think of Star Wars if I'm talking to him about Star Wars, because he's coming from it from a totally different point. Bobby's coming on it from a totally different point. Chris Walk, any Star Wars fan has their, whatever they are attached to Star Wars, that's their Star Wars. And a lot of what Star Wars is the last 20 years is not my Star Wars for me. But that's okay, because a lot of people love it. I just, I don't know. I didn't like Boba Fett. I did not like Obi-Wan. I liked Mando season 2. But then after I think about it and really break it down, I'm like, they still just can't get away from
All of it.
From the saga. They just can't. They can't. They don't have the balls to just leave it and do something completely new.
Well, Taika does, thank goodness.
Yeah. I mean,
So
if he actually gets to make it.
If he gets to do that, and whatever this John Watts, Jude Law thing is,
That
could be different.
I'm interested in the Acolyte for sure.
Well, that too,
Because it is-
yes, the Acolyte.
It is,
100 years before Phantom Menace, I think.
I want nothing to do with any of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I think ultimately my Star Wars is just the original trilogy. That's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay.
Well, you like Solo?
Yeah,
You
but
like Episode 7?
I do like Episode 7. I do like Solo. I do like Rogue One. Solo was just fun.
Exactly.
Pure fun. I feel like if you took that
Solo
dude out
of it.
as
Yeah.
Solo,
Yeah.
it would have been a really cool Star Wars adventure.
Yes.
And it still feels Star Wars to me.
Yep.
Force Awakens feels very Star Wars to me.
Mm-hmm.
Rogue One feels very Star Wars to me. Everything else, I have looked at, what's that last one? Rise of Skywalker.
Mm-hmm. I haven't watched it since the theater.
So I have.
Yeah.
And it's bad. It is terribly written.
Mm-hmm.
The story is pretty rotten. And while there's things in it that are very cool, I don't know, man. I just think I'm just gonna be very picky and choosy with my Star Wars, and that's okay. That's okay. People can love what they love, and I'm not going to change your mind, and you certainly are not going to change my mind.
Yeah.
So, and Obi-Wan was.
I'll watch it. I'll definitely will watch it.
I mean, that sixth episode was probably the best episode out of those 6 episodes. But even then, it was like, I felt empty. I was just like, I am not satisfied. I'm not. Like, I just felt like, while they showed me some cool things, ultimately it was empty to me.
Yeah.
It felt empty. I had no
There's no stakes.
connection at all. I didn't feel the emotions.
Yeah.
Partly because I am also not a prequel fan. So I don't like any of that. I don't like any of that time. I don't like that world. I don't like... it's too negative to me. My thoughts on it. And so, like, there's a huge part of me that's just like, this is not Darth Vader. You know what I mean? Because my Darth Vader has always been original trilogy Darth Vader. And when they tried to make this kid Darth Vader, I never bought it then. I don't buy it now.
Unless it's the Rogue One Darth Vader.
Well, yeah, because it was it wasn't. There was no Hayden anything. There was no prequel anything.
Yeah.
I was like, this is original trilogy Darth Vader to me.
Correct.
It doesn't, So I don't know. I don't want to.
We got to get into Stranger Things.
Yeah, Stranger Things. Yeah. So obviously, for me, this is the best show I've seen this year, for sure, hands down. For me, 100%. I loved it. This show is becoming like one of my favorite shows of all time.
Mm-hmm.
It is tailor made for me. It has literally everything that I love in it. as a geek. Yeah, I mean, and
That's the end.
and I think like because I've been watching all of these shows together, it's so apparent how amazing the writing is in Stranger Things, and the directing and the editing, and the storytelling, as opposed to some of these other shows. Certainly the Disney Plus stuff. I'm just like, they're so good. They're so good. I think right behind it is The Boys.
You mean this year, or like
I just think
period?
The last 5 years.
Okay.
I think. I mean, Stranger Things is so. It's a show that, like, some shows I'll watch and I'll be on my phone sometimes. I'll be looking at shit while I'm watching other shows. This is a show where I don't touch anything.
Yeah.
And
definitely
if there's somebody around me who's on the phone, I'm like, why aren't you invested?
Right.
Like, I get so swept into the world. And so, we've had a 3-year break, and I was never, ever worried about, like, getting pulled back into the world at all.
Who was worried?
Oh, there was a lot of people. If you watch shows online, like, people talking, like, they were like, are they going to be able to do it again? Can they get me? Am I, because I guess 3 years is just, too much. But
that's the kind of thing that pisses me off, too. It's like, when people, remember when they canceled Glow, and they're like, oh, it's going to be too long between seasons. If it's a good show, like everything on HBO would take years in between. Nobody gave a shit. They didn't cancel Sopranos because it was going to take 2 years, or Game of Thrones to cancel a season. Yeah. So, before I started watching it, because I didn't get to watch part 1 until like a week later, I think. So, you say it's great, and then, like, I have friends, did you watch it? Did you watch it? Why have you watched it? And so someone was like, this is Game of Thrones level storytelling. And I was like, all right, you know what I mean? Like, sure, I love Stranger Things, and you know, I've watched those seasons over and over again, but I didn't think, you know, it was gonna be as good as it was. I didn't think it was gonna be bad. I didn't think I wouldn't get into it again. I just didn't expect it to be every 80s thing, like you said, every 80s thing that we love is in this season pretty much. There's a lot of cool shit.
I find the, you know, these 4 seasons, it's
Oh, I mean, if you that's literally like everything.
it's you know, I remember when the first season came out, I said this was tailor made for me. You know, it's this show, and yeah, I've seen those 3 previous seasons several times.
Yeah.
And then I watched season 3 again before season 4.
Me too. Well, I watch them all. I go
Okay.
1, then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
And this season,
Yeah.
season 4, is definitely my favorite. Followed by season 3, then season 2, then season 1. And season 1 being at the bottom is not a bad thing. It's just, for me, they kept upping it
Yeah.
each season.
Yeah.
They kept getting better each season. And this is for me, you know?
Well, I agree.
I know, but there's a lot of people who like completely disregard 2 and 3, I guess. Like, it's not even on there. Like, when people say what's their favorite, they say 1 and 4 now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I mean, there's, I don't know. There's such compelling stories happening. And now, like, this long fucking Stranger Things saga, this, like, tome, you know, this novel that's happening.
Well, to your point, when we talk about, you know, what they're doing on Disney Plus and a lot of other things, these guys came in with that Bible. You know, they slapped it down on whoever's desk and said, "This is it."
Yeah, but they didn't quite know what the end was,
No, but I mean, like,
you know.
you at least have a good enough idea of saying, like, this is where
The pandemic
It's gonna
had a
happen.
great
well,
deal.
help them.
Yes, they were able to really go in and shape season 4
Yeah.
to a much bigger degree, and lay out what season 5 is.
And they got a massive budget for every fucking episode, too. It's crazy.
Well, and I just saw an interview where, like, because they were trying to rush volume 1 out, they didn't quite get everything to where they wanted it to, so they've been going back, fixing a few things, and then Netflix has been re-uploading.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with better, like, effects.
Oh,
and
yeah,
things
yeah,
like
yeah,
that, just
yeah.
to finish things
That's
out
cool.
and stuff like that.
Yeah. Good for them.
But yeah, so I don't know, and I loved that season 4 was way long, like, because I'm always kind of like, man, why do they only give us, you know, 9 episodes, 8
Right.
episodes, or whatever, like 10? Why can't you just do 10? A solid 10,
Right.
you know? But this season they gave us like double. They, like, everything was longer.
Everything was longer.
They really were able to just dig in, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man.
I was literally telling Nish today. I was like, I'm gonna rewatch season 4. She's like, already? I was like, yeah. I was like, I really loved it, and I want there's some questions that I have. I'm sure you do too, or everyone does. That I'm just like, did I miss something when we were watching it, or did they really just not tell us and we need this final season? Because there's just some things that I was like,
Yeah, so I think because of like I said to you, because of the break, going into 8 and 9, I felt like, oh, this feels off. it did feel weird to me, just a little bit, like the writing and the flow of the show. And I think it's just because of that break. Because when I watched it that second time,
You're like, oh, this all.
I was like, oh, this flows like one right after the other.
Okay.
Now it's like it's telling one giant story.
Mm-hmm.
The break was just, wow, we've actually had a month, between this, and this was like. It almost felt like, hey, a new season of Stranger Things, these 2 last episodes, you know what I mean?
For sure.
But it wasn't. It was just the 2 last episodes.
Yeah.
And then when you watch it consistently, it's like, oh shit, like, now it's just the 3rd act. It's just like ramping up and things are kicking into motion and, ooh, the wild ride begins. The beginning of the end begins.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved it. And I love that, like, it was funny, like, before season 4 was dropping, there was a lot of chatter about, does anybody care about Stranger Things anymore? There really was. And then it comes out and it like busts everything.
Of course,
like, breaks all the records and everybody is talking about it.
Everybody's talking about it. Everybody loves it.
There's fucking videos and TikToks and everyone's like shit. And then it's brought other music back and up the charts. And it's just like, of course. I mean, Stranger Things is a fucking dynamo. Like it.
Well, it's the best thing that Netflix has ever done.
100%.
And
100%.
Arguably, the best thing that streaming has done. You know what I mean? Like, you could fight about Game of Thrones or Lost or Seinfeld, like blah 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 blah. But like, as far as like streaming, original streaming content, I don't know if there's anything that comes close. I mean, like, I love the fucking Boys, but I also read
I love
comics.
the Boys. I love Game of Thrones.
But I'm saying, but that was still
that is my wheelhouse.
Streaming.
Yeah.
Like, as you said, like the last 5 years, Stranger Things probably,
I mean, from 2016, man,
beats everything.
It's a consistently amazing show,
Mm-hmm.
and for somebody like me, a guy in his mid-40s who has not grown up, and still lives in the 80s, it's everything.
Mm-hmm.
It is everything. It is science fiction. It has fantasy. It has horror. It has comedy. It has heart.
Yeah,
It's every fucking thing that I love. It is the 80s rolled up into a show.
Yeah.
And I love it. It's not disappointing.
Mm-mm.
It does not disappoint.
You know what I thought
It
was
makes me
crazy?
tear up out of joy. It makes me
Wow.
tear up out of emotions.
Yeah.
It hits like just all the right beats. I mean, from the first episode of season 4, I was like, "Oh my God, they're doing Nightmare on Elm Street. This is their Freddy's show," and it just kept consistently being like, "Oh wow, they are leaning into Freddy,"
They
I
should.
loved it.
If Blumhouse was going to do a Robert Englund Freddy movie, I would seriously put my
Get the
hand in.
Duffers.
I mean, really, there's so many times this season where I was like, you might as well just put the fucking theme song in because he's doing it. Like, and he had some stupid lines that I like, tear your soul. Like, he was a mix of Freddy and Pinhead with the lines.
So, if you watch the Duffer interviews, they mention, of course, this is their Nightmare on Elm Street.
Mm-hmm.
They mention it. This is Nightmare on Elm Street 1, 3.
Oh,
4,
yeah.
Yeah. But they do also mention Hellraiser.
Okay, they did.
Oh, yeah.
Well, when the kids go in, and it's very, like, the second time, they're very Red Dawn, obviously.
Oh,
but then
for
I was
sure.
like,
Red Dawn.
But I said to Nish, I go, this is the Dream Warriors right here. I was like, this is that crew going to beat up Freddy.
And while, Lost Boys is in the timeline a year away, it felt very Lost Boys as well, the group. It felt like the Frog Brothers.
Yeah.
And one of the Frog Brothers does wear a beret.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But yes, it was Red Dawn. Clearly they were doing
It was clearly
Red Dawn.
Red Dawn, yeah.
But yeah, so the whole Freddy thing. There was even little like musical cues that were very similar to Nightmare 3 in particular.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
The music this season was season 2. He did have or they had that duo did that little Gremlins homage to it.
yes, they did.
And it was good, but most of it is very synthwave. This season was the most cinematic, and it was the same two guys again. And
Yeah, it was like synth orchestra.
It was. I was like, damn, the
orchestral
music
synth.
is on. Yeah, Nish was like, you need to get the soundtrack to this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Ugh.
And and they have a knack, of course, of introducing characters, and that you end up really digging and then kill.
And then kill.
Yeah.
Okay.
In 2, it was Bob.
Yeah.
Everybody loved Bob.
Yeah.
In 3, it was Alexi, and his slushies.
Yeah.
And he ends up being a cool dude,
Yeah.
and like Hopper and him, and
Yeah.
Murray and him, and and then fucking Eddie Munson,
Yeah.
who is our
TV's
Travis Indovina.
Yeah, I mean, he is. Every time, as soon as Nish keeps quoting it, this is music. I was like, this is Travis. I go, this is LVP. And she was like, and then when they're on top of the fucking roof playing Metallica, I was like, this is like what Travis would do in the middle of an apocalypse. Fuck it!
I would write him to do that. For
Exactly. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, between that and some of Vecna's lines and expressions and stuff, I was like, this is an LVP. This could be Phil if he said stupider shit. And then you've got Travis in here.
Yeah.
So, Argyle had a couple funny. I don't always laugh at stoner shit, but he was.
So I like
adorable.
Argyle.
Yeah.
But the more that he went on, the more I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is like a one-note character.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I hope they develop him a little more in season 5. Or if we're even going to get Argyle, he obviously has to go back to California.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or what's happening? Can he leave? Can you leave? What is happening? Does he want to stay and help them fight?
Right.
Because of the cliffhanger, it's I think they're all just there to buckle down and say, well, it's war. Now it's
Well, I was gonna say this ending is gonna be
the
using Will to
the battle
do
for
something.
Hawkins is over. The war has just
Yeah,
begun.
yeah, something like that. But yeah, man, Eddie, it's a shame.
I loved him. I
Yeah.
was so, and I honestly felt like, from a writing standpoint, I felt like, oh, the Duffers won't do this again. It just seems so predictable and cheap for them to do it, to keep doing it.
Yeah.
And then they did it. And I was just like, oh, man.
Well, didn't you think Max was dead though?
I did.
Because I was like, Max, I started to get teary-eyed.
Oh, I was.
And then, and then fucking Eddie, and then I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, Eddie,
I was so
angry. So angry. Eddie, I was definitely more disappointed than I was sad.
Well, I just felt like Max was
I was
sad, but I was
sad
like,
for,
you do need to kill someone major if you're really gonna
raise these stakes.
Yes.
Raise the stakes, and I guess they did, but so I was initially when it happened, I was Katie and I were both crying, and we were like, well, this is who goes. All right, okay, this is now they have even more to fight for.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then when Al started saying no,
Yeah.
I was like, duh. I was like, don't do this.
Yeah.
And then I was bummed. I actually was bummed. But I feel like the Duffers must have some sort of plan. There's a reason that she's going to be this way. you know, I feel like there's going to be a reason why she's left that way. And I think it will connect to Vecna and Eleven and Max might be a vessel possibly, and he might be hiding, and I don't know, like, there has to be a reason, because it's just so cheap, other than, oh, the fans will really hate us if we kill Max. Like, there has to be.
Right.
And I hope that it's a valid and cool reason,
Right.
not just to keep everybody together.
That was the only thing to me. I was just like, if she dies, they're going to be so you know what I mean? Like, there really is a...
Well, now it's even more. You have hit the... you've hit the group.
Yeah.
You've
penetrated that group.
Yes, you've pissed off the group.
Yeah.
And in addition to everything else they're fighting for, now they're fighting for to avenge their friends.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, like, Dustin will have that feeling going into 5. Like, you sons of bitches, you
you took my GM.
Took my metal master. Took my Dio off the Silver Mountain.
So ridiculous. And that scene, Chris reminded me, with the sword, the Conan sword versus a debit cord.
That was funny. Like, I
so
yelled at Katie.
cool.
I was like, "That's Conan's sword!"
Yeah. Yeah.
She's like, "It is?" I was like, "Yes, that is Conan's sword.
Yeah.
That is his sword."
That was so cool too. And again, another, like, that whole storyline was, I don't want to say useless. It was completely out there, far-fetched, ridiculous. But I was just like...
What, the Russian?
Yeah, the whole thing. But I loved it, because I was like, this is another one of, like, this is an 80s...
Yeah, it's an 80s
bullshit
action
thing, yes. Like, let's go over the top with every one of these scenarios. I like that they had Demogorgons all hidden in there.
I think people forget what the show is. You know what I mean? I think people forget that, like, it is a blockbuster.
Yeah.
They're just making blockbuster movies.
Mm-hmm.
And everything in those blockbusters would be... Everything in the show happens in 80s blockbusters.
Yeah,
and
sure.
That's what they're making.
Yeah.
So he can't say, it doesn't make any sense. Why would why is this happening? This is so far-fetched.
Yeah, I was reading that. I was like, oh, this is like, why is Joyce doing that? And I was like, it's funny. I think it's fun. I like her and Murray. I like Copper.
You just gotta
obviously.
remember what the tone of the show is. It's just
the 80s.
Yeah, it's an
what
80s blockbuster movie, and that's what they're giving you.
4
seasons.
Mike and Nancy's dad.
4 movies, basically.
Just,
I mean,
I love that dad.
I mean, that dude.
He's like just the quintessential.
He's got to go.
You want him dead?
Yeah, man. Yeah, because she doesn't deserve that.
The wife?
She wants to get out. Look at her. She's
hot.
She's a smoke show. Why is she with him? Clearly she wanted to get a little Billy D in 3.
She really did.
And then she did the right thing. But I think the right thing would be is to either divorce, or something terrible happens to him, and he's got to go, and she's off the hook.
Right. So Vecna, because you watched it consistently, is Vecna the dude? So Dustin's like, man, he's a 5-star general.
No,
I think
man,
Vecna is like
Vecna
the dude.
Guy. Yeah. Clearly, he says that.
Right. Why
and
is
they
it
show it
frozen in 1983?
Well, the Duffers said they're going to explain that in 5.
Okay.
He's like, they said they're going to show you
why,
what the fuck this is.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, sweet.
Think we'll ever go back to the other, the 6 from season 2? Like, that's
8.
Was it 8?
8?
Yeah, sorry. 6 was a comic. 8.
Yeah. That's interesting. And I wouldn't be surprised if she comes back in 5. You know what I mean? I really
to save the world.
well to help.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like a very logical thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
It seems weird that 11 wouldn't say, "Hey, there's another one out there. Let's go get her. You know, let's bring her here."
Right.
So I would not be surprised if she comes into
I liked her. I didn't think there was any.
to help.
A lot of people complain about that, and
that
don't.
episode. I think it was just because like everyone loves the group, and then
Yeah.
you just throw 11 in with these punks. It's
Yeah.
just like, who the fuck are these people?
Right.
You know. So I don't think it had anything to do with her necessarily.
No, I don't. Yeah.
I think just the
Why are you
scenario
doing
of it,
this?
like what a waste of an episode,
Right.
You know. But now you have that seed where you can go. You know, there was that Callie chick. She has power. She was in the rainbow room.
Right.
Let's go. Like
Right.
help her. You know, be a warrior of Christmas. You know, like come in.
So this little kid
Which could be very cool.
thinks about Spider.
So he fucking makes
the
the
mind
mind
flayer
flayer,
out of
man.
that dust.
It's like you are, you know, you are my soldier.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, you go out and you fucking wreak havoc.
Yeah.
And clearly, I thought it was
Did he
awesome.
create Demogorgons?
No, because
They were
remember,
already
you
in
see
there.
him.
Yeah.
He's
That's
like walking
it.
around. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
huh?
He sees it. Yeah,
And
yeah.
he just can control them.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
I
So he used whatever evil was already in there and just
and
used it for
he
him.
absorbed it.
He's like, you gonna go out and get that shit. You know, I thought it was awesome, regardless of the fact that they didn't plan it. You know what I mean? It was not the plan from stage 1 to now.
Yeah.
They were able to brilliantly connect it all, and to me, it worked. It totally worked.
I'm wondering what I thought was going to happen with Vecna is when he's sucking in all those things, I thought it was towards him looking human again and going out into the world like he was sucking these souls from these. This is before I found out he's opening these gates.
Yeah, I mean, he needed it for more power.
But I'm
obviously.
just curious if, like, you know, he almost like in Hellraiser, like sucks all the souls out and then has that human form over his evil visage.
Yeah, I don't know. I loved
Weird.
it. I loved the whole thing. I thought it was a cool reveal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he was played awesome.
Yep.
I love the prosthetics. I love the look of Vecna. Yeah, man, I really did.
And the fact that it was prosthetics.
yeah,
Like,
I loved it. I just was like, oh man, I want to have sex with these brothers. You know, these guys. I would love to just sit in a room and geek out with these guys.
mm-hmm.
You know,
The directing was a lot better. Like,
I mean, from
like way better than the other seasons. Like those scenes,
but they're all good.
they're all good. But I'm just like, there's that scene in season 2 when I think it is in that first episode, and they're getting out of the bank, the punk kids. Yeah, that's season 2, episode 1. Where you meet those kids and you see like the van, and I was like, okay, this is way more cinematic than season 1. And then obviously there's stuff in Starcourt, which is pretty wild, but in this season, like that scene where those guards, episode 4 is just fucking out of control anyway, but like those guards are getting shot. It's all one steady can shot as they're running in the house, getting shot at.
Yeah.
That was very cool.
Yeah.
Running up that hill.
Those two, you know, the 1-2 punch of the Duffers and Sean Levy.
Yeah. Yeah, because he directed the episode 4.
But that's how it was in all of the seasons.
Yeah.
Those guys would back and forth, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I did notice though that there were 2 episodes directed by that Nimrod dude.
There was.
The guy who directed Predators.
Yep.
The third Predator.
Yeah. I think it was like episodes 2 and 3.
Well,
But yeah.
I don't know. I was just so into it. totally into it. I loved the way they used the music in this season. Yeah, man. It's funny that running up the hill, that Kate Bush song, like I turned to Katie and I was like, my neighbor would play this all the time.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So
That one or like
no, that song.
well
That album.
yeah, because I remember I don't remember this version. I remember the 90s Portishead version. Because I heard other, and I was like, oh, I've heard this song like a million times.
Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, she's like, I really like this song. And I was like,
Nish
I was like,
been playing it
my
nonstop.
neighbor, I was
Yeah.
like, my neighbor Carla, fucking, forget about it. I mean,
Yeah.
she would sit out on that porch and play this shit all the time. So I was like, oh my gosh, they're using this.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was very cool, and I thought that, like, how neat that 36 years, 37 years later, 38 years later, whatever the fuck, 85,
Her music is just
that it's
blowing
like
up.
blowing up again.
Yeah.
And she is a singer-songwriter, so she owns the rights to her songs. So she's getting fucking bank. She is like making so much money.
Wow. Good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she wrote that song when she was like fucking 18 or some shit, 17, 18 or something.
Good for her. Good for Metallica.
Oh, I'm fucking Metallica. I saw that's up the charts, and the Master of Puppets album is back on the charts.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
This is so cool. And fucking River, who
man, I gotta get that.
well, he loves Eddie Munson. He was like, this is like the best character.
Yeah.
And he said, remember that your Travis friend? He's like this. He's like, I was like, yes,
Exactly. It's just so Travis.
He's like, this guy is so great. And so I was driving him to work the other day, and he had his ear pods in, and I could hear Master of Puppets.
Oh, really?
I was like, yeah, you're
You're
new
coming
generation
on.
guys. It's awesome.
Yeah.
All this music. I hope it brings you to all the albums, and great success to all you newbies who are coming to the fold and enjoying
Coming to this channel.
great music. The channel, yes. If you want to hear Metallica and Kate Bush, you got to come to Press from the 80s. That's all we do.
Yeah, it's graphics were so much better. I like they gave Will his little.
Yeah.
It's not reveal, I guess. Just
It's like a.
they handled it in a
felt
good way.
Yeah, they did.
Is what I mean.
Obviously, I think 5 is the big.
His literal coming out.
Yes, I
Yeah,
truly
I
do.
do too.
In lots of ways, I think he's going to be integral to fighting Vecna.
He has to be. Yeah.
And I think
He's the only one to survive the Upside Down for a disgusting amount of time.
I will say that
Vecna's probably going to use him as a portal.
they I felt bad for Will and Jonathan this season, because I did feel like they didn't have much to do.
None of them. Neither did Mike.
Yeah,
either.
Mike
Like
as
that
well.
whole crew. There was like 2 episodes they didn't even show them, and I was just like, "Fuck."
I guess while it was big to the last part of the season.
Yes. Yeah.
I just
I felt so bad.
I just was like,
Yeah.
and I understand. I guess I totally get it. It is tough.
It's
all
an
the
ensemble.
more reason to kill some people, guys.
Yeah. I was thinking that too. I was like, just this part alone of these kids going into the Upside Down is part of the cast.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine writing that? Like, oh, and then we have Hopper's side, then we have Mike's side, and Eleven's
insane.
side. Like,
It's
it is
insane.
so much to. And they did a very good job. I've never felt like I felt bad for those guys. I felt they got shafted this season, especially because Mike is so huge of a character, and he really got sidelined.
I think I felt the worst for Will and Jonathan, and honestly, Will got shafted in the 3rd season as well.
He did. He did.
And I think that was a direct like response to everyone saying, "Hey guys, leave Will alone." You know, because after 2, there was like a big like, "Okay, leave him the fuck alone." This
Right.
poor kid, you know,
Yeah.
you're doing everything to him, and I think they were just like, "Well, okay," you know.
Maybe.
Um, but yeah, he's got to come back, and they have to do something with Jonathan. You know, I feel like maybe maybe kill Jonathan.
Team Jonathan or Team Steve? How are you doing?
I think logically, just break up
Well, yeah.
because they're both not feeling it.
Yeah.
I think just logically
You're right.
break up. So I'm not like a team
Yeah.
because I like both of them.
Yeah.
I just think that there is still love between Nancy and Steve,
Yeah.
and that is clearly, you know, needs to blossom. And they've shown that there's wrinkles in the armor. There's chips in the armor
Yeah.
for the other 2. They have both expressed that there is like a, you know, and they're just too afraid to do anything about it. So, you know, I think while the world is ending, there'll be some breakups as well.
Probably.
You know, as Hawkins breaks, there'll be heartbreaks.
I like
as
that.
well.
Robin, that girl. At least her side profile looked just like Molly Ringwald. I was like,
what she
whoa!
was wearing.
Well, yeah, I
What
mean,
she
the
was
whole
wearing
thing was
clearly Molly Ringwald.
I was like, so she's the ducky, and
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was cool. There were so many little winks, so many. There was aliens
I
again.
liked everything. I loved it. I think I was just so amazed at how everything was unfolding and how I felt. You know, it's tough, and I think you feel it sometimes too, watching shows like this. If you have made things, if you're creative,
Mm-hmm.
it sometimes is hard not to take yourself out of thinking about, man, how did they do this? I wonder what I would have done differently, or what I sometimes imagine like just being in like the writer's room to these things and just being like a fly on the wall for me. I am
not
so
you going. I think they should play ska on top.
no, I'm just so creatively excited by what I see in a lot of these shows.
Yeah.
And it sometimes really like pushes my creativity and my inspiration.
That's
and
good.
And I get like, man, like I love, you know, I could never do anything as intricate as these guys, and quite frankly, I don't want to, because of the style of what I like to do. But like, it is just so invigorating as a creative to watch something like this and be blown away, and to think, wow, these dudes just sat down and like did this. You know? Like, just so cool.
Yeah, I would definitely like to talk to the Duffers, and
yeah, and they're in their 30s. You know, they weren't even there. But because of, so they watched some stuff in the 90s that they got so excited over, they wanted to go back and watch what inspired the 90s.
Yeah.
And then they got fucking hooked on the 80s shit.
Yeah.
You know, and that's...
And clearly they absorbed it
yes,
very well.
Which is amazing. And I agree, guys. The 80s were the best. You just missed it. You know, like...
Hey, I'm okay people appreciating the 80s now.
No, I love it. I love it. Please.
Yeah.
You know? I wish you could have experienced it the way we did. You know?
Staying out. These kids are just riding their bikes.
You know, though, like, unless you lived it, you just don't understand it.
Yeah.
I can totally see some 20-year-old being like, where's the fucking parents?
Yeah,
why aren't they,
they
don't care? And
but
somebody
like,
my age is
not
like
that.
Man, this is how it was, man.
If you were hanging out with your friends,
Forget about it.
Yeah, like, what's funny now is, like, as a parent, I was actually talking about it with Lisa, our cousin, and we were saying how, like, we would be like begging to go to Grandpa and Grandma's, like, let's see all the cousins, let's go swimming, blah, blah. and we're begging, whereas our parents are probably like, "Get the fuck out!"
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I am so happy you said that. Like, we're gonna go have a good time this weekend without you. So, like, your kids are out of the house in the '80s. You're probably like, "All right, I can do the things I want to do."
Yeah.
They're safe at their friend's house. I never, my mom never. If I was at a friend's house, that was it. I don't think she even called to check in on me.
No, like, and definitely weekends, forget about
No. Right, you
Forget
could be
about
gone
it.
the entire weekend just
Yeah.
at someone's
it.
house.
As long as they knew where you were.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you were never getting phone calls.
Hell no. Hell no.
So
Yeah.
it's that is happening. Like those
This is
kids,
accurate. It's
yeah,
very
those
accurate.
kids going off on adventures all day for multiple days.
And I think, again, that's why the show appeals to me so much, is because it's one of those shows like Super 8, which was a movie, but it's one of those things where they actually got it right.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? The feel, the look,
Yeah.
the tone.
Yeah.
I was like, yes. And unless you lived it, you might not get that. You might just be like, what is this crazy world? What is this madcap chaos that's happening in this, We're like, man, whew,
Those were the days.
those were the days.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, thanks,
Wow.
Duffer Brothers. Another fantastic season.
yes.
Continue, I buying a bunch of shirts. They have cheap shirts at Walmart. for
Yeah,
some reason.
River has a Hellfire Club shirt.
Yeah. Yep.
He's got the baseball
Yeah.
shirt. I've got one that's the wanted poster of all the Hellfire Club that was in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool.
um,
That was cool. Satanic Panic, like that was a real thing.
Yes, it was. Yes, it
Like,
was.
People thought that they were cultists.
Man, I thought it was great, and the editing in this show, in this season in particular, I was like, damn, they are doing some awesome like cross-cutting and fucking like side-by-side shit is happening.
Well,
and
they got
and
the money and they got the time this season, and
Uh-huh.
hopefully, season 5 gets the same justice because I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll give them even more. I think this was like 20 million an episode,
It was 30
30,
an episode.
which is like, I remember
Yeah.
Game of Thrones was like 10, and that
Yeah,
was like
15, something like that.
yeah, like that was like the highest budget of a TV show ever or something.
Well, Netflix likes to spend money,
Well, but on this franchise, you should. It's the one that
Definitely.
actually pays back dividends and merchandising
So-
and everything else.
We gotta wait 2 years.
2 years. Yeah.
But I think we don't have to wait that long. I think it's gonna be early 2024.
Think so?
I think so. I wouldn't be surprised.
David Harbour, he said like they're getting ready to go into production.
Yeah, the brothers said that they're gonna take a break. They're
Yeah.
taking a break this month,
Yeah.
and then August they're going right back into the writers' room for season 5.
Okay.
But
Their writer's room being their bedroom.
they
It's
have
just the two.
they have the advantage, they said, because now they know where 5 is going.
Yeah.
Because 4 informed it so much.
Right.
So, and now they also said, which was great to me to hear, I was like, and in the show, I was like, finally, they're all fucking back together.
Oh yeah.
And they said it's going to be a lot easier because we're not sending them all off
Okay.
everywhere.
Good.
He's like,
Hawkins.
Season 5 is in Hawkins.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, thank
Okay.
you.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah. So I trust him, man. I trust
Yeah.
him. They have not let me down.
Will it be better than this season?
I don't know. I want
Vampires?
I think they're gonna stick the landing, and I honestly do this time. I really, it's easy to say, but I think there will be some death.
I thought you were gonna say ska.
No, I think there will be some death.
I don't see on a show like this how
I mean, all bets are off now. It's the last
It
season.
is,
They can't go anywhere
yeah.
else. There has to be somebody. I mean, that's
Probably
just
11.
dumb luck. See, I thought that too. I thought you know, if it's gonna be anybody huge, it probably is gonna be 11.
I mean, we're going also, and they've talked about it a million times, like how heavy Stephen King influences them,
Yeah.
and he likes to kill his people off too.
Well, I mean, it almost, I think it would make sense.
I think so.
You know, it's just the ultimate powers going head to head, and to do away with it, she's got to do away with herself too.
Right.
Like that. You know, I could see that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's great. More anticipation, and now we have another season to constantly binge and watch over and over again.
True.
So yeah.
And I can't wait for the making of books when they finally get released.
Yeah, I mean,
someday.
Why haven't they done that?
I don't
You
know.
They really need to do that.
Yeah.
Let's give us some art books.
Yeah.
The art of season 4. The art, you know.
Well, they really should.
Any of that stuff. I mean, I have the one book.
The Upside Down.
Yeah, which is actually really good.
Yeah.
I've read the whole thing, and there is some really cool insights on that. But that's like the first 2 seasons.
Yep.
You know. Yeah. You know, and we don't even have physical media for the 3rd season.
No.
And we did for the first 2. Come on now.
And I want to say I love the cast.
The cast is great.
I think I love every single one of them. I don't really have any. Everyone plays their parts. Like Erica will crack me up. You know, Lucas having his little coming to Jesus moment. Nancy, I
think
like
Nancy
a
is
lot.
fucking like, she. You know, I feel like if you took Nancy out of the equation, a lot of this shit ain't getting done. You know,
Most of it.
I think
Yeah.
if you're talking in terms of LBP and Warlock, Nancy is like the Meredith. You know?
Yeah.
She is so badass.
Yeah.
They really, like.
She never
I don't know.
hesitates.
She's got
Ever. She's always like,
what a
we gotta
fun
do it.
thing to do.
let's do
Like,
it.
What a she's gotta be like so thrilled every time she's reads. She's like, okay,
Yeah.
like you know, like okay, every season
I get to be.
I'm fucking packing and I'm taking suckers out. You know, like
Yeah.
I and it's consistent, which is great.
Yeah.
From season 1 to now,
Yeah.
she is the badass. She's like, you know, I'm gonna play Sigourney Weaver this time, and I'm gonna get up there.
Yeah.
And I think that's awesome. And they make her look badass, and she handles a gun awesome.
Yep.
I'm just like,
Yeah. She's a.
shit, you go, girl.
She's a fun character. I mean, they really
I
are
love them all.
all. They're all individuals too. Nobody feels like a repeat of each other.
Not at all.
Like I love Robin. I think she's
Love
funny.
Robin. I think she's great.
Steve, obviously.
Well, yeah, come on
Always
now.
Steve. Yeah,
Steve is good.
it's
I mean, everybody.
Susie, she's fun.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That in the house, the Susie house.
That
the
was
fucking-
great. That was another
really
80s like
you know.
typical stupid house. I don't know. Like Goldie Hawn would be working there. So.
Yeah, it was like overboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had some touches of like
National Lampoon.
Home Alone.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
all the McAllisters.
Yeah. That is what I
You know?
said. I was like, there's no parents and there's all these kids. I was like, this is the Home Alone house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, I love the movie Explorer, so it had some touches of the
Yeah.
Explorers in it. In that scene, particular, and I love how fucking Eden looked like Ali Sheedy in The Breakfast Club.
That's what I said too.
You know,
Yeah.
I thought that was
Exactly
cool.
like Ali Sheedy.
Yeah, man. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Gotta go watch it again. We're gonna go watch it right now.
I mean, it's all I've been thinking about. It really is. Like I've just been like so impressed with
Yeah.
this show just together. I just love it. I really thank them for making this for me.
for just you.
I gotta get them on the phone
Yeah.
and say, listen, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
You know, all that you've done for me.
Perceiver. Yes. We love Sasquatch. It's the inspiration for next season.
Mhm. Well, they saw Carnage for the Destroyer.
Well, clearly they saw that.
And that's where Eddie Munson came from. You know?
I mean, he's dressed the same.
He is
Same
Sebastian.
hair. Yeah, it's very funny.
You gotta defeat the evil with metal. You know? And that was 2005.
I can't wait for
So.
Teenage to show up.
I know,
It's
Teenage.
Vecna's true general.
Yeah. Teenage. Phil. You know? D'Artagnan. The schema.
Yow.
Go. You know? They gotta deal with all
Knock,
these.
knock, motherfucker.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, God.
There's gonna be some violation going on in season 5.
Oh, yeah.
Desecration, violation, ejaculation, tentacle penile. It's gonna be crazy.
So, yeah, Strange Things, season 4. We
All right,
loved
well,
it.
clearly, we love it.
Yeah. Just
Let us know your thoughts.
yeah.
Are you on that Stranger Things train?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Hope you watch this video and enjoy it. Or you're one of those people who hate things and you're like, why do these guys like it?
Yeah, yeah.
Let me watch them and then yell at them in the comments.
Yeah.
You're an idiot. You like this stupid show. Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably like werewolves who play basketball too.
Yeah. You think Teen Wolf is a classic, don't you? Yes. Yes, I do. All right. You don't even know what it means to be a trapper. All right. Well, that was good. This was
Subscribe,
good. I am sweaty
share,
from talking
Sweat.
stranger sweat.
Stranger sweats.
Enjoy, guys. I hope you liked it. Yeah,
Mm.
like if you
Mhm.
did like what we were talking about, give us a like, talk to us, the subscribe, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're lingering around the 1800 mark. It's been at 1800 for a little while.
It's not a bad place to live.
You know,
Yeah.
a little bit more to go to get us to that sweet 2000.
There's no money from it. But,
No,
you
no.
know, it'd just be great to have 2,000.
Yeah.
By the end of the year, it'll happen.
Yeah. All right. So, you know, Tansky and I are going to be doing a Savini episode. We're just talking about our love of Tom Savini.
Just his chest.
Yep. His glistening chest,
Yeah.
his whips. I have a Fangoria Weekend of Horrors 1986 VHS video
Oh, of
coming up
course.
that I'm going to be talking about. And you know, who knows? It's a busy month. This month is cuckoo for everybody.
Show, man.
Yeah, if you listen, we still need donations for Wellsville Nights. There's still some things we need to pay for. If you do want to donate, get a hold of me at warlockhomevideo@gmail.com. I'll give you all the details. But it's it's coming up.
3 weeks.
It's coming up. Oh my goodness! Don't even say it like that.
That's about
Let's hope it's another 2 months. You know. While I'm super excited, I'm getting
It's going to be good.
the nerves.
We've been waiting
like,
a long time to do this. Literal years in the making, which we don't say ever. Maybe one
getting
other
back in
time.
the saddle. Getting back in
So
the
yeah,
saddle.
this is going to be a very good, very fun. Everyone's excited.
Yeah.
Even Chris, even if he's sweating.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next summertime erotic episode of Crap from the 80s. See you in the Upside Down, or will we?